the National Prep Championships, and we are down to 2. We got London Basketball Academy that's going to be taking on Canada Top Flight in the finals. So far, your impressions and kind of recapping the last 2 days.
I mean, there hasn't really been any major upsets. You could call Central Tech going down in that loss one of those, but I mean, they got simply outplayed and beat by their own style. You know, the psyche of Central Tech during this time, I know they're dealing with a tough situation off the court. A teammate in the hospital on life support. It's a tough situation. Our thoughts and prayers are with him. And
Trevante Ball.
Yep, Trevante Ball, and we hope that he recovers fully. I mean, but for the basketball part of things, it's been an awesome weekend. Pretty much every game has come down to the wire. Another block there. Oh yeah, parity's been. I've never seen a league with this much parity. Across the board, we walked into it thinking any team can win it, and right now, there is no Toronto teams in that championship game.
Denzel Cummins was a big piece of LBA's victory. Hit back-to-back clutch buckets in the fourth quarter. Really intense game. Had a great crowd out. And for those of you tuning in, be sure to be here to witness Canadian basketball history. 5 p.m. is tip-off time. London Basketball Academy will take on Canada Top Flight.
Jaden Campbell got the last bucket for GTA Prep, an easy one. As he got to the rim, there's the young buck out of Lauren at Dogan, finishing on 2.
Jashawn Henry has had a fantastic weekend, as usual, leading the team from Saskatchewan, the Notre Dame Hounds. A 6'5" wing. Currently holds an offer from St. Bonaventure out of the Atlantic 10. Got a strong tradition for Canadian recruits. But you gotta mention Fofo out of Faloran Todogan, 2019 point guard, has been sensational for ND and has had an unbelievable season overall.
He has, Tarek, he has, and I know he's biting himself a little bit. For the free throws that he missed that could have really took him over the edge yesterday with St. Mike's, and he wants to make up for that here in this game. A 2019 stud. Great length. You've seen his athleticism and his strength as well. And there's a couple of guys on these two teams here before us that are going to be receiving some all-star recognition following the championship game. We'll announce all league all-stars. Tough take there for Jashawn Henry, and he takes so much contact and gets, sometimes the ref miss a lot on him because guys just bounce off of him and he's able to really absorb.
Yeah, he's so physical, attacking the rim. Virtually every time he gets there, he's getting fouled. Had a bunch of and one buckets yesterday. With over 10 Canadian University programs in attendance recruiting yesterday. We got to see him put on a performance. Showed a full package, 3-point, inside, outside, in transition, defensively.
And Brendan Liver has actually been a bright spot for GTA this weekend. I think he really understands his role and has bought into it. Rebounds, steals. Right now he's playing the high post for them.
Henry all the way to the rim. And GTA is going to have to find a way to stop that guy. I don't think they really have anybody that can match up with him physically. I don't think there's anyone in the league that can match up with him physically. Yesterday, Notre Dame dropped a tight one against St. Mike's, let that loose. They were up most of the game, and they had an opportunity to win it in the final seconds, but missed a shot from Shaul Ayak. Here's Henry with the ball. Attacking. Kick out. Ayak tries to go to the rim, gives it off to Fofo. A sloppy possession there for ND.
6:23 remaining in the first quarter. The Hounds lead 42.
There's Jashawn. Easy finish for him. Nobody really wants to go near him. They're just bouncing off of him.
Lawson for three. That's off the mark. Fofo comes with it. And ND comes the other way. Carter Kahinka, 3-ball.
And Kahinka contested is not the same as Kahinka as a spot up. When he's open, he's got that green light.
And we'll take a quick break. Notre Dame leading 6-2 against GTA Prep.
You can't teach hard, ever. We're here to kill.
Are you looking for exposure? Take your basketball event to the next level by live broadcasting with North Pole Hoops. Promotion, game film, play of the day, and much more. Email us at info@northpolehoops.com for further details.
Welcome back. First quarter action here in the Constellation. Here at the NPA National Championships. GTA Prep Notre Dame doing battle for the last time in the season. 6-4 early on. Deshaun Henry with it up top.
And pretty much the entire roster coming back for ND, so they got a lot of chemistry that they built over the course of the season, and I think that, you know, with a couple key pieces in recruiting for next year, this is going to be a team to mess with for next year.
That was Savion Tyson from Beyond the Arc. And you can see a real growth in this team, and individually and collectively, compared to the beginning of the season. They came as a squad from Saskatchewan. Weren't really used to this level of speed, athleticism, and the way that this game is reffed. But they definitely made the adjustments. Now they approach games with no intimidation factor. They're just going in and playing basketball.
And yeah, the growth over the course of the season, you got to credit the coaching staff for that. Coach Huffman and the training staff at Notre Dame and his assistant have done an outstanding job with these guys. There's 2 guys on the roster that have dropped about 25, 30 pounds each. Keenan is about to check in, is one of those guys.
Big fella, 6'10", received some new interest from universities, including the home team here, University of Toronto, Mississauga. Would love his services next season.
As well as Cape Breton has extended an offer to him.
Lots of exposure for these young student athletes out of Canada. Tyson has back-to-back buckets for him. Tyson is a 6'5" shooter. The shooting there was Campbell off the mark. Here comes Fofo, 11-6 early on. We're at championship day of the NPA National Prep Championships, the first ever Elias. It's been a journey for us here at North Pole Hoops and been following the season. As Murky with the hook shot there way off the mark, rushed it.
Right now, these guys are battling out for 7th and 8th place in the league. You definitely want to, come in with a higher standing to finish off nationals. So every game matters.
And very similarly to the season, the way that it's played out here at the nationals, they were 7th and 8th in the season. GTA at 7, and Notre Dame at 7 and GTA at 8. Here comes DeAndre Pierre, 2018 guard, off the mark there. AJ Lawson down the middle, nice little flip shot, and it's 11-10. These guys have both gone down to the wire on every occasion that they've played, match up pretty evenly.
Yeah, I remember DeAndre Pierre during the Christmas session knocking it, that 3-ball on the running 3.
There was a lot of highlights there. There's also the game winner, AJ Lawson, with 0.3 seconds left in the game, hit the dagger.
Substitution on the board.
DeAndre Pierre with a little bit of PG responsibility this morning. AJ Lawson playing a little bit off the ball.
Pierre for 3. That's off. Tyson with the rebound, squeezes, and is fouled by Lawson.
That's his first personal. Third team foul. Substitutions for GTA players.
Want to give a thanks to our sponsors and partners, starting off with the Health Institute for all your rehabilitation needs and recovery. The Health Institute is there. Also want to thank you to the Mississauga Hoops organization, a budding program, of course, in Saga City, doing great things for the game. And they'll be presenting our MVP later this evening for the championship game. Also want to give a thank you to our host, the UTM Eagles, University of Toronto, Mississauga, entering their first OCAA season in 2017-2018. Also, can't forget the services of On Point Basketball, Drew Ebanks. Done a phenomenal job providing media coverage. Here's Fofo. Gives it up to Shaul Ayak. A careless pass there. Leads to a Jaden Campbell transition bucket.
Ball almost turned over for Notre Dame. Savion Tyson on the recovery.
And Alex, I was talking about some of the players and the top players in the league over previous broadcasts. One guy that I was talking about was Fofo for Notre Dame, a 2019 PG that could be a 2020. I talked about him in the light of should be having national program attention. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, and I think he already has. I remember during the Christmas session, again, rewinding a few months, Coach Roy had a chat with him after the game and, gave him some pointers on what to work on to be considered for next year. I think he'll receive an invite, and what he does from that point on is on him.
Physically impressive. Not many guys built like him in his class. And I would say regardless of class, just got that strength, the girth, and of course that 6'7" wingspan disrupts the opposition defensively as well as gets on the boards. Here is Henry on the attack. We talked about him and his physicality as well.
Yeah, and he can do that anytime that he wants. First dribble, he's gone. Rip, he's gone. Nobody's really able to stay in front of him, and he's got such great strength and body control once he's up in the air.
Got to make those free throws. That was a huge part of their loss yesterday. Weren't able to knock down free throws collectively. against St. Mike's. Splits them here. DeAndre Pierre, guarded by Tyson. Handoff to AJ Lawson. The kick to Mungo, off the mark. Carter Kahinka picks it up, and Henry's coming back at you. To Sean Henry with 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Pulls up for three. That one's off, and Mangurgis with the offensive rebound. Kahinka, 5 seconds left. They need a bucket here to end the first quarter. Tyson, in and out. And that will be the end of the first quarter. 14-13. We'll take a quick break. Second quarter, 14-13. These teams pretty even. Notre Dame out of Saskatchewan, GTA Prep out of Mississauga, Ontario. Coming up next, we'll have St. Mike's and BC Christian, two private school programs, will match up for the first time all season. That game will feature Danilo Djurcic, Kobe Lamb, uncommitted senior Keenan Dowell, Marian Obad out of Croatia. And GTA Prep knocks down a couple free throws to take the lead.
Back inside to Jashawn Henry, who gets pretty much mangled but still finishes.
And that's a very normal situation for him down low. Again, really physical body at 6'5" and looks like a football player. Here's Fofo in transition.
You never really hear him complain about any time he gets hits. He just plays through the contact. You gotta love that about him.
A very mild-mannered, high-character kid out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Didn't even have to leave the country to get his offer.
And that's what it's about here at the NPA, to provide top-notch exposure for these student athletes. Keep them in Canada. As we all know, Canada producing some of the best basketball stars in the world.
A total of over 30 Division I NCAA programs have taken notice in year one and have been tracking our guys in this league, many of which have picked up offers. One of the biggest offers on the floor and in the league is AJ Lawson's from
AJ
Oregon.
Lawson all the way to the rim there. You mentioned it, Oregon University. They lost yesterday against a strong North Carolina team after making history to the Final Four.
And Dylan Ennis had himself a strong game yesterday. Really did all he could. And some free throws and missed assignments down the stretch. Couldn't get the job done against Carolina.
It'll be interesting to see if the junior Dylan Brooks declares for the NBA draft, or does he come back for a senior year? Pac-12 Player of the Year, added to his accolades this season.
I know one Canadian that's definitely going to declare is Chris Boucher. We're just waiting on that announcement to come.
Breaking news right here on the live broadcast. Elias let the cat out the bag.
It's no secret. He's not coming. He's definitely not coming back to Oregon. He can't. There's no more years of eligibility. Where else is he going to go, T? No surprise there.
And there will be another Canadian that will come as a surprise that will declare. Stay tuned on NorthPoleHoops.com for that.
And Sholayak almost climbed the ladder for a dunk. Instead, just let it roll in.
Here's Henry on the attack, loses it. Fumbles it there, it's a turnover.
He tried to gather it on that one and come to a 2-foot stop, but didn't work in his favor.
Mungal bringing up the ball. Kick out to Campbell. Nice floater on the baseline. Nice touch from the
just overall great feel
guard.
for Campbell.
Fofo with it up top. To Kahinka. Tyson back out to Kahinka for three. 6'9" forward, can't shoot it, Elias. Missed it there.
It's going to be an important offseason for Kahinka. Want to see him get more aggressive and lock up on the defensive end. I think he could be more of a threat for these guys, for the Hounds.
It's been a huge season of growth for the Hounds. They travel all the way from Notre Dame in Saskatchewan. Talking to the coaching staff, you know, they've been making adjustments to the way that the game is ref, the way that it's played out here.
Not to mention the time zone.
And that's what prep basketball is all about, being able to, not just on the floor development, but off the floor, knowing how to make those adjustments, because at the next level, whether you're playing in Canada or the States, you're going to have to deal with that, the travel schedule, and learning how to balance your academics with your athletics. There's Henry, off the mark for three.
Sholayak, the rebound, slowing it down in transition. Want to play a half-court possession here.
And Hinka down low. That's off. And Henry with the finish.
And he's got himself 10 points already.
And with us, talk about the offseason and development. One of those for Henry will do wonders as he kind of takes his game to the next level, develops more of his perimeter game. He will need to tighten up his handle and breakdown game. What do you see as his ceiling, Elias, for Jashawn Henry?
There's so much room for growth there. I think once he becomes a really consistent perimeter threat shooting the three, his dribble drive ability, speaks for itself. He can finish around the rim. It's about adding the in-between now and tightening up on the ball handling. A couple possessions ago, you saw him fumble it in transition. Really just getting comfortable dribbling the ball and creating for himself.
Now it's a timeout after a three ball from Mungal. We'll take a quick break and be back for second quarter action.
I'm sure, yet I'll hurt by much more, and I've got to explain that it's
DeAndre Pierre all over the rim.
Here's Pierre again on the steal. Pierre for the three. Pierre is good for three. Prep with the steal.
We're back. First half action, 23-22. GTA Prep, Notre Dame in a tight one. Whoa! That is Jashawn Henry rocking the rim with two hands. And that wasn't just a regular two-hand jam. He put a little spice on that one.
Love the aggression at the rim. I think he just stared me down as well. Like, I'll do it on you as well, Elias.
Been getting a lot of stare downs this weekend after
What is it with these guys? We're the one providing exposure for them.
Jalen Warren, after Thursday's broadcast, talked. I guess these guys are watching the games. I picked BC Christian to beat LBA, and he definitely did not hesitate after that win to let me know that they're busting brackets, and they've been doing so. Credit to them. Warren's been spectacular. Can't forget David Penny.
Nobody can manage to stay in front of Warren, and he's got so many moves in his arsenal, you know, on the breakdown. The pullback, the cradle, hesitation moves. Both him and Penny, I think what's dangerous about that LBA squad is that those two guys as a collective might have the best handle in the NPA. And then you got Dietzel on the wing. You got Dalen as well, who can get it done on all
Can't
levels.
forget
Jackson,
Nkomsa.
Josh as well. Yeah, he's had a little bit of foul trouble, but extremely productive as well.
There you have it. LBA, London Basketball Academy, busting brackets all the way to the championship game.
Hey! How about the job that Angelo Provenzano has done with this squad? I mean, all of those years that he spent at MSU doing summer camps, they got to be
Tom
paid
Izzo
off.
pupil.
Oh, to the death. Every time you see him, I guarantee you, he's wearing one article of clothing that is an MSU Spartan. Sometimes it won't be visible, and it's his socks.
No question, Coach Provenzano has done a heck of a job with this LBA squad. Short-handed squad, only have 8 players.
And they've been that way all season long, which is what's crazy about making it to the finals. They've executed so well. They've beat teams in their own style. They've played at their own pace as well. In a close game here.
25-22, less than 4 minutes and a half. This game here for 7th and 8th in the standings, in the final standings. Next up will be St. Mike's out of Toronto taking on Port Coquitlam, British Columbia's BC Christian Academy. The Panthers making the farthest trip all the way from the West Coast.
Great defense there by Jashawn Henry, really staying vertical as AJ Lawson attacked and extended. Kahinka, no good on the three, and that was a deep one, NBA range.
Out of bounds, last set by the Hounds. Substitutions on the floor.
Jaron Jones up top to Campbell. Back to Mungal. He's had a good second half of the season, and right on cue, number 0 in black. Mungal knocks another triple, ties it up at 25.
It's a tie game, 25-25. 3 minutes remaining in the first half.
Henry to Murky. And we talked about his progress. Has dropped 30 pounds over the last year. At 6'10", he's getting used to his body, his coordination.
Still a long way to go for him, but to be able to pick up an offer right before the weekend started from Cape Breton, and has other CIS or Canadian University as well as CCAA programs looking at him.
Murky knocks down the free throw, splits it, gives a 1-point lead to Notre Dame. Mungal up top, giving it up to Jaron Jones here. And a first-year program is GTA Prep out of Mississauga, led by program head David Cooper.
And you saw a negative step there from A.J. Lawson going out of bounds. Unforced turnover that time.
And to have in year one the caliber of talent like a A.J. Lawson and a Jaden Campbell, 2 studs in the class of 2019 that could be real building blocks for this program, you could expect Cooper and company to be adding more pieces to the puzzle, some big-time pieces for next season. Here's Shaleak in transition. Up and under is no good. GTA clinging to a 1-point lead here. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Liver to Mungal. Nice kick out there to Liver. Good ball movement there by GTA Prep, off the mark, but Campbell will clean it up.
GTA Prep with 1-point lead. 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
And Liver playing some huge minutes at Nationals with Nicholas Duncan out with an injury.
Murky again. Hook shot, no good.
And he's got to make sure that he gets sight of the rim before he gets that shot off.
A rare miss there for Mungal from 3. He's at a couple already.
Brendan Liver with a heads-up play. Remaining to GTA Prep. Substitutions on the floor.
Inbound from GTA Prep. Campbell, floater. Fofo coming the other way. Henry goes behind the back, kicks it out to Fofo, back to Henry.
Great ball movement for the Notre Dame Hounds on that possession. Kahinka on the cleanup.
Mungal on the attack, high floater over the defense, that's off. Less than a minute to go, 1-point game. Five seconds on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock. Not great execution right now from ND. Here's AJ Lawson in transition with the hammers.
And he's super springy these days, Tarek. He doesn't really need, a dribble or a gather to get up. Very bouncy.
Well, you can see a definite difference in the guys across the board for GTA Prep. They've definitely gained some muscle mass throughout the season.
And just Sean Henry.
One more for GTA, can't get it to go. And it'll be a charge call as the first half expires 30-29. GTA Prep with the 1-point lead.
Offensive foul.
How long have you been playing basketball? The Health Institute started with myself working within a existing practice. I saw a lot of young athletes coming in with very chronic injuries, back pain, shoulder pain, and I just didn't understand what the reason was for that. So I decided to follow one of my patients to a practice, and at that time I noticed that there was some very poor exercise prescription provided by the coaching staff. I decided to start a mobile-based practice where I was going out on the field and observing what was being done and providing treatments that way. And that's pretty much how we started until we were fortunate enough to establish a relationship with the Academy of Learning, Strength and Conditioning, and we opened up this facility together. And we named it the facility.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, we offer a range of services from manual therapy, which could include massage therapy, physical therapy, chiropractic, and acupuncture. We also offer rehab exercises programs, which we do out on the training floor. That can involve core strengthening, knee rehabilitation, shoulder, low back, any area of the body. We also do a group training program, which we have one specific for women. We call it the Blueprint Training Program. We also offer it to men as well. We work in conjunction with, as I mentioned, our partners, Academy of Learning, Strength and Conditioning, to help assistance of football players move on to their post-secondary dreams of playing football down south. We work with young athletes, we work with weekend warriors, which are between the age of 25 and 45, golden warriors, which are 45 and plus, professional athletes, celebrities, and entertainers. So anyone who's physically active and who's interested in getting better at what they do, we're here to help. When one comes to the Health Institute, we're obviously working on their physical health. But besides that, we also want to encourage individuals to come within our facility to encourage each other to do well. And that is obviously a mental and a social aspect to physical activity.
Last one.
The Health Institute is different because we use exercise as a means to get our patients better. It's a simple model that we use is exercise is medicine. So every single person, no matter who comes in, we categorize them in two different ways. Either they're injured or not. And if they're not injured, we're taking them out on the training floor to assess what their fitness level is. If a person is injured, we obviously take a different approach with regards to that. We need to assess what the injury is. We use problem-based solving techniques to do that, evidence-based therapy to take care of the injury, and then eventually we want to progress them to the training floor. And again, exercise is medicine, and that's how we keep them fit and strong. This is the lateral portion, the outside portion of your ankle, right? There are 3 specific ligaments that you've injured, and I'm hoping that if you can see right there, remember when I touched the front part of your ankle right there, you said it hurt a lot? And then you also touched that, I touched the bottom part here, and I touched that part right there. So it's those 2 structures that have been injured. So we're gonna really work on your intrinsic foot muscles, and that's gonna help with your balance, and it's also gonna help with your game when you come back to play.
Good.
I broke my thumb playing basketball, and right away Dr. J contacted me, and he said that you need to come to the Health Institute, come rehab, get back to 100%, and I met up with him 3 times a week, and on weekends I met up with some of the other staff, and it was just a lot of strength training for my thumb, a lot of grip stuff, a lot of hand-eye coordination, a lot of stress ball grabbing, and just really getting my strength back.
That's it. That's it.
The staff is great, and they really push you to perform at the best of your abilities, and you really, if you take it serious and you go through it hard, you'll see the results in the end.
Just remember to breathe.
So this is the facility's treatment room. Melissa is conducting a massage therapy appointment with a patient of ours who's been experiencing some mid-back and shoulder pain.
Feels okay? Beyond the physical benefits of massage, clients who come in and get regular treatment will find an overall reduction in stress levels, and overall improvement of circulation and blood flow, and that's just something that's beneficial to everybody's health and wellness.
We just posted a pretty good piece on when to use heat and when to use ice on our Facebook page. Well, my love for the Health Institute, obviously, from start, with my partner Guisa Ahmed, we had a vision for this facility and for the Health Institute in general. We're very gracious that Scarborough has embraced us thus far, and we want to make sure that we can provide our passion and love for physical activity to everyone.
How long have you been playing basketball?
The Health Institute started with myself working within a existing practice. I saw a lot of young athletes coming in.
Bofo's got the answer.
That boy's not messing around, Tarek.
Another quality win for Notre Dame to move them to 2-0 here in Ontario. As Bofo says, Wilcox, Saskatchewan is in the house.
Adefalarin Adadagan is doing it from every part of the floor right now.
I was just like, by any means on, whenever there's a drought, get your umbrellas out because that's my brainstorm. I was just like you. I was just like It's what happened, you make shit timeless.
Mofo tries a triple, yes sir.
They've always had quality intramural teams, so now they have their own varsity team in the OCAA, so everybody's pretty excited. You know, our expectations are obviously within reason. It's a first-year program, so we're definitely trying to build the culture first and then, you know, recruit athletes that are going to fit into our style of play. I enjoyed the OCAA game. I was an assistant coach at Centennial for the last 3 years. The fact that it was a new program, that was very intriguing. Just me personally, I love challenges and I like to build things from the ground up. Everybody knows that UFT is one of the best schools in the world. So the fact that, you know, you can be a part of a varsity program and then have a UFT degree, it goes a long way. You know, I just think it's going to provide a great opportunity for some of the local Peel region kids to know that there's a viable program just down the street. If, you know, they're more of a homebody and they don't want to go away for school, we have a viable program here. Academically, it's one of the best, so it's a great option for kids that are in the local area. To also be a part of, you know, the MPA championships to further basketball in this country it's exciting because everybody knows the last 10 years has been huge for basketball in Canada. So the fact that we could be a part of the inaugural championships is really a great thing for us.
Welcome back, second half, GTA Prep. Notre Dame. We got a 30-29 ball game. GTA leads by 1. First half leaders. Jashawn Henry leading all scorers with 11 points. AJ Lawson with 8 points for GTA Prep and a team high 10 for Jaden Campbell. Final game for both teams in the National Preparatory Association. Battling it out for the final seedings here, 7th and 8th. Later today, 5 p.m., we'll have the championship game between London Basketball Academy and Canada Top Flight out of Ottawa. Coming up next will be BC Christian and St. Mike's as AJ Lawson knocks down the triple to kick off the half.
And that was some NBA range three-point shooting from AJ Lawson.
Currently holds an offer. His first offer being a high major one from the Oregon Ducks, who are definitely not shy when it comes to Canadian recruitment.
When talking about recruitment, behind us we have Concordia University, Guelph in the building as well. And then we've seen Cape Breton, Carleton,
U of T.
U of T has came in as well, yes.
University of Calgary. This is the time where they do a lot of their recruitment in April, springtime. Their national championships are done. Of course, we have this one to wrap up tonight at 5 p.m. Tyson off the mark. Fofo with the rebound. Can't get it to go on the putbacks. Campbell moves it to Pierre. That'll be a shot clock violation. Notre Dame ball. Take a quick break here and be back for the third quarter. Big jam there in transition. Goes for the two-hand jam. Baseline attack, nice finish right around the rim.
A lifelong friend of those two. Oh! How about that nasty from Jashawn Henry? He is not messing around.
(32-32). Notre Dame GTA Prep knotted up. Carter Kahinka with the shot. He's off. Liver to Pierre. He can do in transition. Nice finger roll there with the and one opportunity.
To the line, shooting one. DeAndre Jr.
Pierre makes it. A 2018 6'2" combo guard. Had some coaches asking about him yesterday.
Yep, and if you're a Canadian university program, you got to be all over a guy like that. You don't want him to sneak out and start getting recruited at the Division I level or the high Division II level. I mean, we'd like him to go to the highest levels, of course, but if you get on him early, you got a better chance. Forced shot from the corner from AJ Lawson as Jashawn Henry closes out on him.
It's another finish for Henry. Just a tractor down there Not much that you can do with that strength. Body ready for the next level. And when it's all said and done, he'll have a host of programs from both sides of the border to choose from. Knocks down the 3-point play here.
DeAndre Pierre in the corner. Swings to Jaden Campbell. Jaden picks up the dribble. Floater game is good. And that's a signature floater for him. He's got great feel around the rim.
Here's Fofo to Henry. On the baseline. All the way to the rim. It's like
again and again.
Not even there.
Again and again.
Nice feed there to Liver from Campbell. Can't get it to go, and here comes Henry.
Close out by A.J. Lawson. Gets a hand on it.
Yeah, comes up with the rebound.
Alley-oop coming up here.
You called it. And they tried an ambitious one. Pass a little bit off the mark as Henry tries to recover.
And I think Savion wanted him to jump out the gym for that one.
Next up, we got St. Mike's taking on BC Christian for the 5th and 6th spots in the final standings of the National Prep Association. A bronze medal game will feature 2 Toronto teams, Central Tech and Toronto Basketball Academy. That's set for 3 p.m. And to close it off, for all the marbles, London Basketball Academy and Canada Top Flight.
Ooh, pretty finish there that time by Sholiak. Up and under in the air. And that's the second time that A.J. Lawson has been caught on an unforced turnover with a negative step.
.5:30 left in the third quarter. We're here live from Mississauga at the University of Toronto Saga campus. I want to thank you to our partners, the UTM Eagles, the Health Institute, On Point Basketball, and Mississauga Hoops. Fofo. Savion Tyson. A weak possession here for ND. Didn't know what they wanted to do. And GTA Prep leaped on the opportunity for the trap. They'll get the ball back. Logan Mungle. Up top on the controls, hands it off to Lawson. DeAndre Pierre gives it up. And that's back-to-back possessions for both teams. Don't come up with the greatest shot, Elias. The team's got to execute right now. It's the final game of the season to finish off strong.
Yeah, and it's been going back and forth the entire time. I mean, Jashawn Henry really the only one got it going on offensively, and here's a sign of life from Fofo.
DeAndre Pierre guarded by Aman Girgis. Not too much trouble there on the penetration. (42-41), 4 minutes to go in the third quarter.
DeAndre Pierre gets another finish at the rim. he's been able to find his way, get very familiar with it. And a charge called as Pierre slides in. I think he was late on that one, but refs had a different angle.
Here comes Mungo. For the prospects and parents taking in the live broadcast, stay tuned as we turn the chapter into the spring and summer. The MPH Showcase National Camp Circuit will be coming at you from all over the country.
Looking to identify the nation's next top prospects. Once we identify, we continue to evaluate throughout the high school season, as well as on the AAU circuit. That's the next stop for us as well.
For more info, you can visit showcase.northpolehoops.com. A lot of familiar faces here from the circuit. AJ Lawson, of course, was MVP.
Made a huge splash last year.
Same with Jashawn Henry in Saskatchewan.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Jashawn ended up with the MVP in Saskatchewan.
No, it's Tyrese Potoma.
Oh, yes, yes.
A feisty point guard out of Regina. Henry was on his way to MVP, however, did suffer from an ankle injury.
Oh, that's right, yeah. And that was a long trip for us. Memory's a little fogged.
Here's Tyson for three, yup. Brings the lead up to 4. 2:30 left. Notre Dame leads in the third quarter.
GTA will inbound on the baseline. Never mind, that's a bonus. Notre Dame Hounds with 5 fouls and AJ Lawson on the line for 2.
I'm continuing to attack the rim if I'm GTA prep for the rest of this quarter. In that bonus situation, 2 fouls the other way. Look to stay aggressive if I'm GTA. Here's Notre Dame. To Fofo. Over to Tyson. Tries to find Henry, but traffic in the middle.
And with the lane clogged up like that, would have loved to see him stay aggressive as he had off of his first move and go up on that finish.
Here's Henry trying to bully his way down low. Can't get it to go, but gets an offensive rebound. And usually it's good on the first attempt. This time it took 2. Another and one opportunity for the 6'5" wing out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Henry completes the 3-point play, moving the lead to 5. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. GTA prep, Notre Dame playing for a placement game, 7 and 8. The final game of the year for these two programs. And coming up next, St. Mike's out of Toronto, taking on British Columbia's BC Christian Academy. Lawson knocked down the free throw.
And it looks like they heard you on the attacking the rim portion of your commentary. Oh, my
And
goodness.
Henry didn't have to hear me there. In transition, in traffic, look out. Too much muscle there for Deshaun Henry. And just a man amongst boys, truly, is Deshaun Henry. He's been sensational all season and all year. Very, not just impactful with his highlight reels, but a very efficient player, Elias. Not many possessions that he has where anything goes to waste.
You're right on with that one, Tark. Arguably, I mean, we could have made an argument for him as the league MVP. You take him out of the equation with the Notre Dame Hounds, and this is an entirely different team. They lose a lot of production without him.
The only thing really missing is more team wins in order to get that MVP. A sensational player. Already has picked up a D1 offer from St. Bonaventure. Ayok on the inbound. Lays it in. This is their biggest lead of the game, which is 6 with less than a minute to go. Campbell, kick out to Mungle. 3 ball off the mark. Henry with the rebound. And the Hounds are looking for at least one more possession. Henry on the attack, another one. DJ Khaled said it best. Another one. Baseline jam, that's back-to-back and 4th dunk of the game for Henry. He's trying to finish off the season with a bang. Big triple there for GTA Prep to close out the third. Brings it back to within 5, 56-51. Stick with us as we finish off this one in the 4th quarter. Jace Colley out of Nova Scotia.
Jace Colley, 2017.
Jace Colley rocking the rim.
Two hands, that's how you finish.
Jace Colley sending it back.
Jace Colley looked to crown the defender on that one. Fourth quarter action. Notre Dame and GTA Prep once again in a tight one. Thanks for everyone for tuning in to the live broadcast. We'll be streaming all day long with the 5 p.m. game. Championship game where LBA will be taking on CTA, Ottawa versus London.
Final quarter, Notre Dame Hounds took a little bit of a lead to cap off the third. courtesy of Jashawn Henry absolutely harassing that rim on the other side.
St. Mike's is in the house. Jeff Zauner in a creamy white suit. That Elliott's right there. I mean, that could be high major. And Jashawn Henry is just relentless at the rim.
I love the way that he's attacking, and he could do that all game long, and he's going to be able to get more calls that way.
Elliott, we need to get back to the suit, though. The suit game, and Jeff Zauner has taken it to another level. Could you imagine what he would be in had they won yesterday's game?
That's a high major suit, no doubt about it. I could see, I could see Coach Williams wearing that.
Creamy.
Yeah, let's get a zoom in on that.
That's deserving of a zoom in. Hold it. Get a little closer on that.
He could be an assistant coach for North Carolina in that suit.
Jeff Zauner going for the best dressed award in the National Prep Association.
All right, now back to the action here.
Notre Dame been in control here. Logan Mungo with the triple. That's his third of the game. Like what I've been seeing from him. Been showing some growth throughout the season. As well as an increased confidence. Here's Fofo guarded by Pierre. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to the MPA National Championship Tournament. Canadian basketball history in the making this weekend. Teams from coast to coast in attendance. British Columbia, Saskatchewan, New Brunswick, Ontario, all represented. Connecting the dots here from coast to coast is the National Prep Association. Tyson off the mark on a free throw, but Henry doing all he can on the offensive glass. At least what I like about his game, we talked a little bit about what he could do when he adds the perimeter aspect to it, but what I love is he's got a back-to-the-basket game. He can take down and punish smaller, weaker defenders. He's not a bad shooter. There does need to be some more repetition. Oh, and a hard foul there from Jaron Jones.
And I don't think that you can call that just a regular foul. We'll see what the referee has to say about that one. No play on the ball there.
I was almost surprised that he didn't finish that one. We're used to him finishing with extreme contact.
I'm really glad he's as strong as he is and was able to regain his balance there. And it is called an intentional foul. 2 and the ball.
It's the right call there.
.26 points on the night for Jashawn Henry. 8:20 remaining in the fourth and final quarter. The Hounds lead by 6.
As you may have heard from our announcer, that's 26 points for Jashawn Henry. And I like Henry's aggression, calling for that basketball. That's that next level for him where it comes to taking over, and he's doing that right now.
And he can get it anytime he wants. He's working on a 40-piece right now to go along with his 8 rebounds so far.
Pierre tries to pull up in the mid-range, off the mark there. All the games have been tight so far this weekend, with the exception of a few.
And how about this aggression, late fourth quarter aggression from Shoal Ayok? Tarek, I think one of the biggest things for Notre Dame is just coming in and living up to their name as Hounds. You know, being in that constant attack mode.
Yeah, and considering that they only really go six deep, they've been exerting a lot of energy all weekend with those guys. As Henry finds Tyson. Big block there by Jones, but he's called for a foul. That one looked clean to me.
I don't think it was called on Jones.
60-54, ND holding on to a lead. Less than 8 minutes to go. Got to be able to close this one out. As they let one slip last night against St. Mike's, that would have been a big victory for this group. And Notre Dame has shown throughout the season that they can compete at this level but they know that they have a lot of upside as well as a program. They will be adding, you can expect them to be adding multiple pieces to this core that they have, because 6 guys won't do it at this level. Here's AJ Lawson with the ball for GTA Prep. Giving it up to Campbell. Campbell with that floater. Been successful for him this weekend. Off that time, 7 minutes to go. Henry being guarded by DeAndre Pierre. Put a couple different guys on him this game. Here's Tyson for 3. That's off.
And Scholl was expecting an alley-oop play on that one.
Carter Kahinka comes up with the loose ball.
And 5 quick fouls for GTA Prep here in the fourth quarter, just 3.5 minutes in.
Tyson comes from a basketball family. Father played at University of Clemson. It's just been a pleasure to have programs from across the country, like Notre Dame and Saskatchewan. That's a huge thing for that community.
And it's what makes it national. We wouldn't be able to title the league the National Preparatory Association with those members.
BC Christian, God appreciate their commitment to the league, who's sharing the vision. It's taken a group of like-minded individuals to make this a special season and to make Canadian basketball history. Carter Kahinka up top, try to get it into Henry. AJ Lawson in deny mode, 6 minutes left. Notre Dame holding on to a 9-point lead. Biggest of the game. Henry got his back to the basket once again. That's where they got to find the mismatch right now. You see,
here it is.
There you go. They found him. Oh, nice spin move there.
And I thought he was going to gather and dunk on him on that one.
He'll get that all day. I'm very impressed with his post game. If he finished that off with a dunk, off the spin, that would have been... Thanks to everyone for tuning in on the live broadcast. Be sure to share that link to your family and friends as they take on the rest of the weekend here, finishing up on Championship Sunday.
And I believe Jashawn Henry just picked up his 4th foul, so he's got to be careful the rest of the way. 5 minutes to go here. 5.5 minutes, I should say.
Here's Henry.
Nice fake before the...
He's putting on a highlight reel. He's putting on a show.
And he's doing it without a smile on his face. Let's look at some highlights of him from the season. Much more of the same. The kid gets up in traffic on the baseline. You saw the great spin move there before the fake. Just absolutely annihilating the rim on multiple occasions. As we mentioned, the three-point area of his game, that's going to be an area to work on throughout the summer. But one thing he does extremely well is be a defender on the help side, finish in transition, finish above the rim. Jashawn Henry currently with 1 NCAA offer from St. Bonaventure and working on a bunch of others. There's about 9 or 10 others that have expressed interest already this season. So he should finish off next year as a senior with 10 plus offers.
And Alex, I can't say enough about his post game. Not many guys at the high school level really utilize that. And at 6'5", you can definitely take advantage of smaller or weaker players. And that is, when I say that, that's the majority of his competition. You know, again, once he adds and expands his game to the perimeter, tighten up his ball handling, really develop a breakdown game, he could be an elite playmaker.
And one off season is all it's going to take, and I know that he's motivated to do that. So coming in for the 2017-2018 season, we're going to be looking at a serious problem.
And very, very unselfish is Deshaun Henry.
I think he's got like six dunks alone in this game.
No question. If you compile all his highlights throughout the season, you're going to have a special package, which you'll be able to tune in on NorthPoleHoops.com. Want to thank our partners for the National Championship Tournament, the Health Institute. For all your rehab and recovery, make sure you follow the Health Institute at InfoTHI on Twitter and on Instagram, the Health Institute. Want to also thank our host, the UTM Eagles, On Point Basketball, and Drew Ebanks that's been working the sideline, as well as Mississauga Hoops. Henry to Tyson. Ayak with a nice feed to Kahinka. Was able to finish that one.
Really want to start seeing Kahinka finish above the rim much more. At 6'8", 6'9", he's really going to have to work on that explosiveness this summer.
There's Kahinka with the board. Stolen by Pierre. And with the GTA Prep squad, you can never count them out. A pretty young crew that's learning how to win. But they've been in some tight ones all season. 4:30 left in the ball game. St. Mike's and BC Christian waiting on deck. They'll play for 5th and 6th place. Inbound to Lawson, out to Liver. Campbell for 3, yup.
Smooth release for Campbell.
Brings it to within 12. Be sure to join us at 5 p.m. Championship game will be between London Basketball Academy and Ottawa's Canada Top Flight here at the University of Toronto, Mississauga. Here's Fofo on the attack. He's off the mark. Gets his own rebound and will go to the line for 2.
Fofo to the line, shooting 2.
(71-57). Notre Dame looks to head back to Saskatchewan on a positive note. Both teams 0-2 here at the National Championships. Campbell tries another 3, this time off the mark.
Only Deshaun Henry can get that. That's the referee job.
Take a short break as we replace the game ball here. Back in a few.
We're about to jump into the deepest talent pool that we've ever had. In most recent history, we've seen guys like Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Christian David, Abu Kigab, Jalen Warren, all have phenomenal showcases which led to an increase in their exposure and an increase in their recruitment. That is by nature what North Pole Hoops provides at these camps. But I want to put it into perspective on just how much exposure you can get in 3 days at camp. A report goes out to over 100 NCAA coaches, CIS, JUCO, CCAA, and most recently we're being contacted more by NBA personnel. Then there's 100,000 in viewership on NorthPoleHoops.com. Then there's the live stream that goes on. Bang for the buck, there is no other camp that I've seen in North America that provides this much exposure. My job as a national scout is to identify the prospects at camp and make sure that we track their progress throughout the high school season, the club, and AAU season. From there, we build a profile for them online through our database and make sure that these kids are getting ranked and seen by coaches who are subscribed to our service. The NPH Showcase coaching staff are absolutely a vital part of this camp. We got All-Americans, All-Canadians, guys who have been drafted to the NBA, people like Kyle Julius, who's currently coaching professionally, Mike Kabongo, All-American. They kind of set the foundation and provide the blueprint to these prospects that come in and are looking for exposure and development. Are you a top prospect? Are you underrated? Or just looking for competition? If you are, register today at showcase.northpolehoops.com. As always, game speaks.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action. 3:30 left. And Notre Dame expanding onto their lead. Now up to 17. Here's Pierre. Liver on the floor. A couple more bodies follow. Longo followed by a three. Pump fake. Floater's off and Kahinka comes up with the rebound. Fofo guarded tightly by Pierre, with less than 3 to go. Stay with us for the following game. St. Mike's and BC Christian do battle in their last game of the tournament. Red Iron splits them. Pierre up top to Campbell. Out to Liver. Oh, nice move right there from Pierre. Up and under. Crafty finish. Henry looks to add to his point total. He's been dominant all game, all tournament. And a hard foul there by GTA Prep. Nothing that they can do to stop Henry. He's been an absolute beast.
I love his explosion to the rim. Once he makes up his mind that he's going to gather and attack like that, there's nobody that can step in his way.
And if you look at his percentages, when the ball's in his hands, it's either a bucket or a foul. Makes the first. Just over 2 minutes left here in game 2 of the day. Earlier in the exhibition, St. Marcellinus picked up a victory against Ross St. Netherwood. Fofo in transition, double teamed here. Gives it up to Red Iron. Nice extra pass from Henry to Kahinka. 3 ball is good. And there you saw the unselfishness of Henry. Could have chose to take matters into his own hands. Gave the extra pass for a wide open Kahinka.
And gets back on defense and strips it out of bounds on that one. He checks out the game probably for the rest of the game.
About a minute 30 left. Coming up next, St. Michael's, OFSA champion, takes on BC Christian. St. Mike's 1-1, and BC Christian 1-1 in the tournament. And Alex, in the championship game, obviously you have London Basketball Academy, a very structured team. They move that basketball, and then you have Canada Top Flight out of Ottawa. If CTA can pull this win off, they keep elite basketball going in the nation's capital. From Carleton University, who won the Nationals, to Ottawa, a top-notch program in the country at the university level.
And I just heard right now that Ottawa Elite actually just pulled a huge upset victory over a sponsored Nike team, CIA Bounce, at the youth level. They are dominating at all angles. Dave Smart has inspired an entire city, an entire region, and they're chasing excellence at every one of those levels.
And speaking of the nation's capital, coming up first on the MPH Showcase circuit is the Ottawa session, taking place in May. Visit showcase.northpolehoops.com to register and confirm your spot. It's the second time we'll be back in Ottawa looking for the region's top talent. You can expect talent from all over the city, including outside of the city, regions like Kingston and just east in Gatineau, as well as Montreal. Ottawa MPH Showcase coming your way in May. Showcase.northpolehoops.com for full info. Last minute here, 80-63, Notre Dame will leave Mississauga on a high note. And the Hounds have unleashed their bench here. DeAndre Pierre in transition. Easy finish. Danil DeJurch just walked in, Harvard commit. And St. Mike's about to take on BC Christian. Walter looking for that triple. Would have popped the top from the bench. That's the one. That's the one. Put this one to bed. 83-67 is your final. The Notre Dame Hounds pick up the victory and leave Mississauga with a 1-2 record. Stay tuned for the next game, BC Christian and St. Mike's.